Okay, in this video I wanted to talk about an issue I'm having with SCW9 Pro. It's going to fall out. The issue I'm talking about is right here. You can see it's been smashed right there. The reason this is happening is because as the bolt travels back in the battery, it's smacking the charging handle and pushing this whole piece forward. And there's a tab here and on the other side that keeps this whole charging handle from just flying out the front of the SCW9. So one solution, the quickest solution, is to go ahead and I'll show you. Just go ahead and disassemble, the rear and the lower. You'll need to use a Torx bit to remove these screws from here. You'll need to use a smaller Torx bit to remove this piece because this will actually stop the bolt from, the barrel from coming out. Once you get those two pieces out, you can slot this piece out like so, and I'll just go ahead and show you what that looks like. This is just zinc. This tip is steel. It does come unthreaded, and you have 14mm counterclockwise threads. Here's the back. Set that aside. Next, you will need to use a, I believe this is a 1mm Allen to remove this small grub screw from right there. That holds in your charging handles. Make sure you put these back on the same side. I don't think they have to go back on the same side, but it is easier to put them back on the same side. Once you get these out, you'll need to press in this side and this side, slot the whole thing forward. Don't smack it with a hammer. Don't smack it that way. Just take this, put it there, hold it, take this one, push it in, and then just kind of like slot the whole thing forward like that. Should go forward and stop on the next one, and just do it again. Okay, once you get to this point, stop, turn it over, be careful. This pin will come out, it's under spring tension, so just slot it out carefully, just so you don't lose it. We can set this aside. Okay, so these all four pieces. Now, the easiest thing to do is to take the rear. You can see I've already done it. Yours unmodified will have beveled edges right here, similar to how this is beveled right there. Take some 150 grit sandpaper, put a decent amount of just any kind of lubrication, as long as it's oil on there, because when you're sanding this down, you don't want to breathe that stuff in. The oil will trap it. You can also use water. Just make sure you use a water sandpaper, so the back doesn't deteriorate on you. Once you put the oil on there, make sure you have the back piece, not the piece with the post, and just evenly flatten this thing out until the beveled edges are gone. I could actually take off a little bit more, but I'm not going to do it. Okay. Once you do that, you want to test it. So the simplest thing to do is just put this back together, and I'll show you what you're looking for. So take this piece, hold that one down like that, slot it back in through the back. Should just slot in like that. Now we want to put our inner barrel in, because what you want is for the bolt to actually contact the hop-up unit, not the charger handle. So we'll put this guy in. For now, we'll just put in 2 screws. We don't want to completely reassemble the entire thing, because if we find out we need to take off more material, then we'll have to completely disassemble the whole thing. So this should be good enough. Just tighten those screws down just enough to hold it in place. We will take our bolt, I'm gonna have to smack it in, and what you're looking for is a small gap between the bolt and the charging handle. There. So we can see we do have the gap. So now the bolt will smack the hop-up unit, not the charging handle, and it will no longer try to press the charging handle out of the front of the upper receiver. So that's the simplest solution. Another solution, or a better solution, would be to just 3D print this entire charging handle, and then you can replicate the way the real version works, where it has a wedge with a spring that actually slides up and down to hold the whole charging handle forward, so it doesn't rock back and forth as you shoot. So hope that video helps.